Dear children, hearty welcome to chemistry class. Today I am here with the topic separation of mixtures. We know that the components of a mixture can be easily separated by physical means. Why do we need to separate the components of a mixture? Here is the answer. We need to separate the components of a mixture to remove impurities that are harmful to us. To obtain a useful component and to obtain a pure sample of a substance. These are the reasons for which we need to separate the components of a mixture to remove impurities that are harmful and undesirable, to obtain a useful component and to obtain a pure sample of a substance. Let us study some methods of separation of mixtures. Methods of separation of mixtures. Many methods for separating the components of a mixture are known to us today. However, not every method can be applied for separating every mixture. The suitability of a separation method depends on the properties of the components present in the mixture. To separate a component from its mixture, this component must have a property that the other component of the mixture do not have. Such a differentiating property forms the basis of the separation method. This is the general principle of separation of mixtures. We have already learned about many methods of separation of mixtures in previous classes. Let us see some of the common methods of separation of mixtures. Here we have hand picking. The method of separating a mixture by picking out the components with one's hands is called hand picking. And the principle of hand picking is that it is the difference in the physical appearance of the components. Difference in the physical appearance of the components such as shape, color and size. And the size of the components must be big enough to be picked with hands. Examples: separation of stones from grains of rice or pulses. This is the very common method that we use in our homes. Hand picking. The principle is difference in the physical appearance of the components. The next method is sieving. The method of separating a mixture by using a sieve is called sieving. Separating a mixture using a sieve. You know what is a sieve? It is a wire or plastic mesh held in a frame. The differentiating property is the size of the components of the mixture. The principle used here is the difference in the size of the components of a mixture. When the mixture is placed on a sieve and the sieve is shaken, the smaller component falls down through the holes of the sieve, whereas the larger component remains on the sieve. Sand is sieved at construction sites to remove small stones or gravel from it. You might have seen it in the construction sites. You might have seen it. This method can also be used to separate suspended components from a liquid. Let us see the next method, that is winnowing. The method of separating a mixture by using wind or by blowing air is called winnowing. The method of separating a mixture by using wind or by blowing air. It is called winnowing. Let us see the principle. What is the principle? Difference in the weight of the component. The differentiating property is the weight of the component. lighter components can be separated from heavier components using this method. The mixture is allowed to fall from a height. You can see in the picture. The heavier components fall almost straight downwards and the lighter component is blown away by wind to form a separate heap at a distance. Chaff is separated from grain by the method of winnowing. Next we have magnetic separation. From the name itself, it is understood that in this method we use a magnet to separate the components of a mixture. The method of separating magnetic components of a mixture from non-magnetic ones by using a magnet is called magnetic separation. Let us see the principle of magnetic separation. The difference in the magnetic properties of the components. Difference in the magnetic properties of the components. Using this method, magnetic components such as scrap iron or other metals that get attached to a magnet can be easily separated from a heap of waste. One of the most common methods used to separate the constituents of a mixture is evaporation. The process of changing a substance from its liquid state to gaseous state at a temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Boiling point is the fixed temperature at which a substance from its liquid state changes to gaseous state. So, evaporation takes place below the boiling point of a liquid. Heating increases the rate of evaporation. Let us see the principle of evaporation. The difference in the volatility of the components. Principle of evaporation is the difference in the volatility of the components. Volatility means vaporizing capacity. Let us study the next method, that is dissolution. The method of causing a solute particle to pass into a solution is called dissolution or dissolving. The method of causing a solute particle to pass into a solution. Let us see the principle of this method. Difference in the solubility of the components. One of the components is soluble in a solvent. This method is used when one of the components is soluble in a solvent and the other is insoluble in the same solvent. For example, to separate sand from salt, water is used as the solvent. Here, salt is soluble in water, on the other hand sand is insoluble in water. Another example, to remove sulfur powder from sawdust, carbon disulfide is used as the solvent. Sulfur dissolves in carbon disulfide but sawdust does not dissolve in carbon disulfide. So, dissolution is used to separate the components of a mixture, and the principle used is difference in the solubility of the components. One of the components is soluble in a solvent and the other is insoluble in the same solvent. Here is the assignment for you. Do the assignment and submit to me. Let us wind up today's session. Thank you.